Good morning and good afternoon, depending on where you're joining us for this event. We're thrilled to have you here, and welcome to the Verizon 5G Innovation Hub launch event at the Research Park at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign. I'm Laura Frericks, and I'm the Executive Director of the University of Illinois Research Park, and it's my pleasure to welcome our guests today and all of our partners here from Verizon for helping us launch this 5G location. It's a real excitement for us at the University of Illinois and the Research Park, and we're going to tell you more about it today. This event and grand opening has been a long time in process of planning and work by many different individuals that have come together with contributions. We owe a lot of thanks to the whole team for making it possible, and we'll be sharing some of the people involved in this effort. Now, for most of you, we've been having virtual events, and we continue to adapt in a challenging year, but it's been enabled by a lot of technology. And today we're using BlueJeans. For those of us joining us that are not familiar, this is a cloud-based video conferencing platform that is owned by Verizon, so fitting it that we're using it today. This relationship with Verizon and the University of Illinois really started with a visit last August. Yes, a year in the making, and a lot has happened since that year ago. But it was exploring a location here at the Research Park that would enable us to have better innovation for our industry partners, our entrepreneurs, and our inventors, enabled by 5G networking. 5G stands for fifth generation wireless technology, and that'll drastically change the way people connect with ultra-fast speeds, ultra-low latency, and massive capacity. We wanted to know what was possible for the companies that are located here, for the inventors that are always thinking up what's next, what's the breakthrough that will be enabled by different kinds of technologies. And being able to leverage this power gives us a competitive advantage here at the University of Illinois to really partner with a leading company that can think differently. The University of Illinois seems like a perfect place to explore and demonstrate this because we're a mix of large corporations and startups all together in one setting looking to come up with new inventions. We're proud to have 120 companies co-located on campus at the Research Park, including industry innovation centers for companies such as John Deere, Procter & Gamble, Capital One, Caterpillar, AbbVie, Brunswick, AARP, Cargill, and those are just to name a few. It's also a location that has launched startup companies that have raised more than $1 billion in venture capital and created companies that move research from university labs to the commercial market where consumers and industry are able to use these different advancements. It's fitting that the Research Park is partnering with Verizon for the new 5G Innovation Hub because Verizon is our largest employer at the Research Park. There's a robust engineering site here that employs a team of innovators, data experts, and software developers that we'll hear more about today. Our biggest growth area has been in ag tech. That's the convergence of agriculture and computing. And here, right in the breadbasket of America, it couldn't be more important to feed the world with these new technologies, much of which we hope to be enabled by 5G. There are also other technology areas, from insurance to aging, to medical devices, financial services, boating, construction, and consumer products, all of which need 5G communication. I would like to next share a video with you that demonstrates a little bit more about what this Research Park community is all about. 200 acres and 18 buildings strong. There are companies that are our partners, and we'd like you to see what it looks like, even if you can't virtually see it in full scene today. We're happy for you to join us, and we'd like to share this message with you. beyond my words of sharing with you what the Research Park is all about, a location where many companies can locate together to work on new innovations and new technologies. And the leadership for our Research Park is also made possible by the University of Illinois being very involved in this opportunity and this growth vision. So it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Susan Martinez, the Vice Chancellor for Research and Innovation at the University of Illinois, where she provides leadership for the campus-wide interdisciplinary research institutes, promotes research initiatives, oversees administration and business processes that ensure safe and productive research at the University of Illinois. She earned her PhD from the University of Illinois and then trained at MIT as an American Cancer Society postdoctoral fellow, and she was hired in 1993 at a startup company called Cubist Pharmaceuticals as its third employee. In that role, Dr. Martinez was awarded the company's first patent, and she developed life-saving medications that have gone on to make 600,000 or more people be able to live because they were helped by the medication or saved from amputations. She brought that spirit of innovation from Kendall Square in Boston to the University of Illinois in 2005, where she went on to become the department head of biochemistry and then later became the interim vice chancellor for research. In 2019, she was named Vice Chancellor for Research and Innovation, and in this role, she also provides leadership for both the Research Park and Enterprise Works Incubator. And we're standing here today, and I'd like to thank Dr. Martinez for making this event possible and for welcoming you to the Verizon 5G Innovation Hub.
Thank you, Laura, and hello, everybody, from wherever you are. You know, at this very unusual time, we do still find ways to celebrate these really important events, and it's such a pleasure to be here today to celebrate the grand opening of the Verizon 5G Innovation Hub here at Enterprise Works. And you know this is a really big deal because some of us are gathered here today in person, and I wouldn't miss this event for the world. Let me say, on behalf of the entire university, we are simply delighted that Verizon is choosing to open a facility here, and we are thrilled that you'll become part of our thriving Research Park community. You know, I'm so proud, and I love it when we have bragging rights, and being home to the nation's first 5G innovation hub at a university research park is really meaningful. Thank you for choosing to locate here, and I know that it's going to be very mutually beneficial. The importance of 5G innovation and its impact on our campus and private sector partners in the research park is absolutely immeasurable. We know that this will be a game changer. There is no doubt in my mind that this will accelerate the ability of our research park corporate partners and startup companies to develop technology that will harness the potential of 5G. I think the world will learn from us in using this testbed. At Illinois, we have a remarkable history of supporting precisely the kind of innovation and discovery that I know will come out of this hub. When we were founded, the university was supporting an industrial revolution. Today, those same strengths attract companies to work with us on a different kind of revolution. That is an innovation revolution, powered by our deep history of impact and the development of a tech-savvy workforce ready to meet industry needs. At Illinois, we offer educational and research experiences at a scale that few can match. We're home to 150 departments and 3,000 faculty with remarkable breadth of research excellence. Year in and year out, we're among the top universities in the entire world in research and development expenditures. In short, we are the place with the right mix of experts and knowledge to help businesses thrive. I know that the Verizon 5G Innovation Hub will enhance our ability to deliver on our research mission and also our translational mission, and we will have phenomenal impact across the entire campus and the broader technology community in Champaign-Urbana, and again, will be a model for the world. So welcome again to the Research Park. Thank you very much. We are honored that you have chosen to work with us, and we look forward to building on our successful relationship for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Martinez. I would now like to introduce Tracy Smith, the University of Illinois Deputy CIO for Innovation and Technology Strategy. She is responsible for the research IT team at the University of Illinois, involved in various governance activities, the IT Council, and she partners with many different stakeholders for forward-looking strategies for faculty, staff, and students. Her technical focus is on smart cities and IoT. Tracy's background is in networking and has an emphasis on wide area networking. She's involved in many community projects, including broadband initiatives throughout Champaign-Urbana and civic tech collaborations, including this year watching her help children in underserved portions of our population be able to get online to go to school or work. So it's a real pleasure to have Tracy here today to welcome the new Verizon 5G Innovation Hub. Thanks, Tracy.
Thank you, Laura. I am humbled to be part of today's celebration. Thank you so much. We are very excited about this opportunity and what this means for our research community. But I wanted to take a different approach today and talk a little bit, if dare I say that we had a benefit, a positive outcome of COVID. COVID really illustrated how much connectivity is an enabler, and it's a real game changer. However, with 5G, the boundaries we face today are stretched, enabling us to pursue innovation in things like digital agriculture, the environmental sciences, healthcare, manufacturing, and beyond. Whenever we want to, wherever we want to go, beyond Internet of Things to the Internet of Everything, fueled by things like artificial intelligence and machine learning. Here at Illinois, we weren't reliant on COVID to remind us of the importance of the human network, because it really matters too. It's very much an enabler. Innovations with high impact, those innovations that matter the most, those are the result of skilled, dedicated partners working together toward a common goal. Coming from technology services, we view the research park as a valued partner. It's a strategic intersection of technology, talent, and opportunity. The park highlights how the university is an innovation engine for all. And to support these high-impact activities, technology services and dedicated individuals like Aaron Brown and Uros Maranovich support and enable the park to have the necessary underlying network infrastructure on which these important collaborations with key vendor partners such as Verizon are possible. I'm delighted to be part of today's celebration, highlighting the potential cultivated by these partnerships. Welcome to the University of Illinois and Research Park Verizon 5G Innovation Hub. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy, and thank you to the whole UI Tech Services team. I would next like to introduce Kathy Singer. She's the Vice President of Engineering and Data and the site lead for Verizon Media here in Champaign. I've had the pleasure of working with her for more than a decade, and I assure you she has unparalleled leadership that is admired by many across the research park and, of course, throughout Verizon and in her industry. She leads this location with 200 software developers, architects, and data scientists located on campus at the University of Illinois. And she also leads teams on both coasts, overseeing a large big data organization. Kathy received her degrees from MIT and Columbia University, so that makes two really smart women coming to you from MIT and telling you about innovation today here at the University of Illinois. And her background in electrical engineering led her to a career first at IBM and then at Lockheed Martin, and then eventually moving to Champaign, where she would work on the Bluetooth stack for Motorola devices. Played a leadership role in transitioning from Motorola to then Yahoo, becoming the largest employer, as I mentioned, here at our research park. Her team now leads a big data group for Verizon Media, and they're able to leverage their Yahoo expertise to take on Verizon data systems and data science opportunities throughout the company. She is a passionate leader. Her team contributes to volunteer projects throughout the community. They've donated to our community, And more importantly, I guess, for today's discussion, they provide leadership to many of the companies across the research park on data sciences and technology. Thank you, Kathy, for being part of our community, and thank you for welcoming this new hub today.
Thank you, Laura. When I think about the 5G Innovation Lab in the Research Park, I think about the intersection of four great forces that opens the door for amazing opportunities. Chocolate and peanut butter are both great on their own, but it's when you put them together that the magic happens. Today, we are bringing four wonderful ingredients together. The university, with its innovation ecosystem, creating new technology breakthroughs every day. Thank you, Susan, Andy, my husband, and Jed, who I see are on this call. Also, the diverse set of companies here in the Research Park. Verizon, the first and best at 5G. And the fourth ingredient, the Verizon Media Data Team, located here in the Research Park. The data team is responsible for collecting petabytes of data from all over the world and bringing them together into our data systems and process that data at scale. We use data from our properties like HuffPost, TechCrunch, Yahoo Sports, Yahoo Finance, and also data from all of our advertising systems. We use machine learning for many applications, including filtering out fraud in the internet. We are major contributors to open source, Hadoop, and many other technologies that we have invented here in the data team. The Verizon Media team here in the Research Park is known as an innovation hub for new ideas at scale across the company. So having this innovation hub in our backyard could not be more exciting to us. With the Innovation Lab here right now, this is indeed a great opportunity for all of us, and the timing is perfect. We are at an age when more data was created in the last 2 years than previously existed in all of human history. And we are approaching a trillion sensor world with 5G linking them together, where data, connectivity, and intelligence at the edge are unlocking new opportunities at scale that have never before existed. And it's my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, who is leading efforts to make 5G innovation happen all over the world. Toby Redshaw is the Senior Vice President for Enterprise Innovation and 5G Innovation at Verizon. He is also one of the first leaders that welcomed the Yahoo team here in Champaign when Verizon purchased Yahoo. We were inspired by his vision and motivated to match his energy level, although matching Toby's energy level is very difficult. We knew that it was going to be a great match, and I couldn't be more excited to welcome Toby Redshaw.
So thanks, Kathy. Kathy and I have a lot in common. She went to MIT and I visited there once. So I've got that going for me. Look, I got a phone call from one of my great friends, one of the best startup CTOs on earth, who I've known for 20 years. I've either been in his company, been an advisor, or been an investor in at least 3 of them. And he's going on and on for 20 minutes about this fantastic AI big data shop that he met on this awesome campus. And it was about 20 minutes into it, and I go, "You're talking about your alma mater, right? You're talking about U of I." He goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Well, you know, you're a little biased, but tell me more about that shop." And it was right before the acquisition, and it was Kathy's shop. And I happened to be with all the senior execs the next morning, so I recounted that story, and I said, "Look, whatever happens with this acquisition, we need that bit down there. So that's how far I go back with some of the great, cool stuff coming out of U of I down there. One of the world's top engineers out of Xerox PARC, Alan Kay, said, look, context is worth 80 IQ points. And what that really means is lack of context is negative 80 IQ points. So if you really want to live at the edge of innovation, if you really want to drive new and cool things, you need to have a couple of things. You need to have a little bit of humility and partners, because that's how you get the context. And when I look at what we're doing at U of I with Kathy's shop and with the university and the research park, I couldn't be more excited, because it brings together not only the big brain power of innovation meets pragmatism at the university, the fantastic team we've got in Kathy's shop, what we bring from the Verizon side, but then also all of your partners. I couldn't think of a better ecosystem where we can really marry innovation and pragmatism and get real stuff done with this new technology. 5G is really not just a network thing. It's Kathy used a peanut butter and chocolate metaphor, so I'll use a soup metaphor. It's this fantastic soup made from AI, network latency, bandwidth, the control layers, the super cool stuff we can do with security. But it's a soup that includes XR, the leaps forward that are coming with big data, especially from a cost structure perspective. Platforms at the edge like cognitive video that, of course, are really just 5G plus some clever ML work. And then moving AI to the edge so things become proactive and predictive and pattern matched and precise and peer connected. Those things are literally going to change the world. Those things are the anchor of what the World Economic Forum calls the fourth industrial revolution. Those things require partnership and context to get them out the door. And I think we are going to be the place to go and do those experiments and get those things out. So I'm really excited. You couldn't think of a better place unless, of course, your campus was in the Caribbean during the winter. But other than that, it's and I've been down there, and I tell you what, I'm just really, really looking forward to having our team down there and bringing our best and brightest and making some breakthroughs. And the other cool thing about this technology is it is a network-based technology, so we can use it to blast through dumb socioeconomic geographic boundaries for things like healthcare and education. So I do think there's a huge social side to that. And I will stop at that point and hand it over to Margaret Brooks, who's the brains of the operation and actually got all of our stuff done.
Thanks, Toby. I'm excited to be here today, and I'm pleased to introduce Abhijit Pujamurthy, who recently joined my team to support the University of Illinois Research Park Innovation Hub. Abhijit will be relocating to Champaign from San Diego, and he's there to help all the participants and everyone that works with the Innovation Hub to learn more about 5G, to learn the capabilities of the Innovation Hub. He will work with you to assist your exploring your innovation research, testing the impact of 5G, and looking at the potential of potentially even co-innovation with Verizon opportunities. Ajit has a technical background in wireless technologies and recently specialized in IoT applications. He will be an asset and an extension of your team. Our initial phase is connectivity. We're bringing the 5G signal to the Innovation Hub. We will continue to understand the needs of the community and determine support that's needed to meet the needs of your research and innovation in areas such as multi-edge computing. Part of our program is continuous improvement. So we will continue to look for feedback from you on ways to improve and to support you better. We are so excited to open up this Innovation Hub and enable all of the research participants the opportunity to learn, experience how 5G can impact your business research and innovation. Now I'd like to introduce Abhijit, who will say a few words. He is there on campus today. And welcome, Abhijit.
Thank you, Margaret. It's an honor to be part of this very exciting innovation hub in UIUC, Urbana-Champaign. I come from a very long background in technology, in wireless technology specifically, related to wireless packet data services. I worked on prototyping cellular digital packet data and later at Qualcomm. I've actually seen the evolution of CDMA technology as a system engineer there. And I am seeing, and then later on, I worked for 10 years in the IoT space. I have a lot of practical hands-on experience developing IoT platforms and devices that I'm bringing into this role, and I'm seeing this as a very exciting turning point in general for wireless technology, where we're now moving from, look at IoT as a basic framework for connecting machines to platforms. 5G is going to take that beyond that point. It's not just connecting machines anymore. It's actually opening up to applications in AR, VR, robotics, healthcare, agriculture, financial services and insurance, retail. All these are fantastic applications that have not yet been exposed to the markets. And there's this huge opportunity right now with 5G and its multi-access edge compute framework that goes hand in hand with the 5G wireless network. So you've got 5G, you've got the MEC, and you've got artificial intelligence and machine learning. These form the three pillars, and we are looking to leverage these pillars and applying them to all these use cases across the sectors that I mentioned. So I bring a lot of commercial experience to this whole sort of initiative at Verizon, a lot of practical experience taking products to market. I've been a product manager at Verizon before I took on this role. So I'm very excited to work and to support all the ecosystem of innovation that's happening here at the Enterprise Works. I'm looking forward to meeting all these companies and people from these companies and understanding their use cases and seeing how Verizon's 5G deployment can evolve in meeting these customer requirements as we go along and productizing them and commercializing them. So thank you very much for this opportunity, and I'm very excited to be here today. Thank you.
We're not going to have him go too far away because we're going to have our ribbon cutting ceremony next, and I'll have him join us for that. But before he does so, I'd like to welcome him as the newest person to the Research Park. As of just arriving yesterday from California, we're thrilled to have you as part of our community and helping you get familiar with the companies and people here. We'd also like to thank, just in closing, a few more people that have been involved in this dedicated team, and that includes many from Verizon with Margaret's leadership, who's been part of today, and Karen Dukes, who's been on weekly calls, sometimes more on this, Greg Welch from Verizon, the technical team at UI Tech Services, including Aaron, Euros, and Tim, the team at Enterprise Works, including Cynthia Fallon, Jim Wells, Laura Blyle, and Kathy MacArthur. It has been a big crew working together, and we're really happy to see the results of that today in this celebration. So we hope that there's a lot more to come. That was just the journey to get to today, but really it's the first day of 5G here at the Research Park, and we're excited to see where it takes us as this journey continues. So with that, we're going to do a little ribbon cutting. We normally pack about 12 people in, all side by side, but it seems untimely, so we'll do this with 4 today. And I think Kathy will be joining you on one side, and Dr. Martinez and I on the other, welcoming you from the university. Woohoo! Small crowd.
What is 5G? For most people, 5G means faster. You might have heard the example about how fast you can download a movie. But there's more to it than that. 5G stands for 5th generation, the next evolution of wireless technology. And it represents a massive step forward that will revolutionize entire industries. But not all 5G is the same. In fact, most of what's advertised as 5G is only slightly faster than current 4G offerings. But with Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband, we've built something completely different. Our 5G runs on radio frequencies, just like 4G, but at a higher frequency known as millimeter wave, and thanks to our spectrum assets, at a much larger bandwidth. It's the fastest 5G anywhere in the world, with more speed, more capacity, and lower latency than traditional 4G. All that translates into experiences even closer to real time, which means it can do things like bring augmented, virtual, and extended reality vividly to life for consumers. Increase speed and accuracy for all types of industries, like healthcare and smart manufacturing, and support massive IoT deployments that will change how we live, work, and play. And just like you've heard a lot about 5G, you may also have heard about something called edge computing. Multi-access edge computing, or MEC for short, takes the burden of computing power and related infrastructure off the consumer's device and out of the business's office, and puts it all in the cloud. But instead of that cloud server being hundreds or even thousands of miles away, MEC brings the computing power as close to the end user as possible, or as one might say, right to the edge of the network. The end result is that consumers and businesses get access to cutting-edge processing power without constantly having to upgrade systems, download applications, or invest in expensive equipment. And the close proximity at which the edge computing is being performed means the data has a shorter round trip, which makes for near instantaneous responses. There are other benefits too. By offloading the processing burden from the end device, you open the door to a number of exciting possibilities on that front, like new form factors, better battery life, and even lower cost options. When you put all that computing power at the edge of the network you're using matters more than ever. To get the most out of MEC, you need 5G. For its massive increases in speed and number of supported devices and dramatically reduced latency. Think of it this way. If MEC is the rocket, then our 5G Ultra Wideband is the rocket fuel. Our 5G Ultra Wideband network provides the perfect platform to harness the full potential of edge computing. We've partnered with Amazon Web Services to bring our 5G Edge mobile edge compute platform to developers everywhere. Across all our strategic partnerships, at our 5G labs, and through all our 5G innovation programs, we're enabling the next generation of innovators to push the limits of 5G and edge computing. Here are just some of the use cases that are currently in development. Augmented commerce, real-time quality control, AI-assisted healthcare, public safety, drone automation and inspection, online and mobile gaming, and autonomous vehicles. And that's just a start. Every day, the demand for real-time enterprise keeps growing, and 5G Ultra Wideband and edge computing will be there to meet it.